Hi there, I'm Stephanie, and welcome to Relate and Illuminate, the first episode of my podcast. And what I'm trying to do with this podcast is to have uh, us have a conversation and get a dialogue started and relate to each other about life's issues. And we all have them, and we all have personal issues. And I'm going to share some of mine based on my experience. Again, I don't know a lot. As I get older, I think I don't know a lot at all, but I know what I've experienced. And so I'd like to know what you've experienced and get that conversation going. So today's topic is about family. So, family is a unique dynamic for all of us because um, we relate to them different from anybody else. They know us the best. We grew up with them. They experienced a lot of the same things we experienced, and yet, there are family members we're not close to. I call, the term now is a sister from another mother or a brother from another mother, because, we choose our family too. So there's the unchosen family, which is the one we're born with, and the chosen family. So, but today we're going to talk about family and relationships and how those relationships affect our other relationships. And so basically, what we do is always we're in some kind of relationship, even if it's with the checkout person at the grocery store or your colleagues or your communities. For me, it's musician friends and my ping pong buddies and my yoga buddies, all the things I have interest in. So, and we're in a relationship with them, whether you know it or not. And for example, when we go to the checkout counter at the grocery, and what do those people say, and what do you say to them? They might be having a bad day and they're not very friendly, but how can you respond? Or, maybe it punches a button about people being unkind to you, usually a family member or what have you. Again, how did you grow up? Because a lot of your childhood affects your adulthood. For me, I grew up in a single parent home, and it caused some insecurities, absolutely. And so at times when people would push my buttons, I would be hurt. I would get angry, um, or it caused fear and frustration. And then it might cause me to lash out, because, again, we all have had a childhood and we've all had a story that we told ourselves. And if you didn't have, let's say you think you had an idyllic childhood, no. I mean, no childhood is idyllic. I mean, it might look that way. Two parents that loved you and supported you, and maybe even traditional roles for the mother that stayed home and took care of the kids. But uh, there was something. Usually, 90-something% I read of all families have some dysfunction. Okay, so it might have looked idyllic, but maybe there was a sick sibling that got all the attention, or whatever. But point being, what do you do with that? It's not about what happens to you, but what do you do with it? Having self-awareness and changing the patterns that have been set. So when somebody triggers you, and again, a family member or anyone, it could be a friend or a sweetheart, husband, wife, what you can do instead of react is respond. And so the difference is, if somebody says that's manipulating you, and they say, well, you're manipulative. Well, they're actually projecting their own stuff onto you. And you're not trying to manipulate them. and you see this, but even if you don't, you just take their word for it and or hear their word, and then you say, well, first of all, you go 5-second breath. And, don't worry about that you need to fill that space or anything like that, because, if you take that space, they will think, well, they're really listening. And then you can respond, not react, because reacting would be not to take a breath and go, well, you're the one that's manipulative, or, some kind of defense, or, responding from past. Because again, these triggers are from your past. So to respond to something like that would be take that breath and then say, well, I'm sorry you feel that way. I don't see myself that way. And I know that's your opinion. Can you tell me more why you feel like I'm manipulating you? Well, many times that diffuses the situation, because they don't have anything to say about how you're being manipulative. Or they might tell you, and you can again see if it applies, because I'm very open to what people mirror to me. And yet many times I've been triggered about it, but I'm learning, and I'm trying to create new patterns of response, not react. And so the other response would be, let me think about that, and then you take it home and you think about it, and does it apply or doesn't it? And say, if it doesn't, then you don't take it on, and you let go of it. But you can, many times, people and how they are, and that they are very, projecting. And so, you'll know right away whether it's something you need to take on or not. So that's kind of my experience with family dynamics. And again, it can be with friends, sweethearts, husband, wives, people in the grocery store, anybody you have a relationship, your colleagues, and for people still working. I retired 2 years ago. That's a lot of your relationships, and can be very triggering. So I hope this has led you to think about some things, let you look at yourself, and also please post and respond and send me a video. You can reach us, of course, on the social media, or in a Gmail, relateandilluminate@gmail.com. And so I thank you for joining us, and look forward to other topics, which include all kinds of things that, they're life issues, life experiences. For me, it's aging, and for you as young people, some of you might be, career and social media, and how that drives you crazy, and so on and so forth. Passions. We've got lots to discuss and lots to keep this conversation going. So please start it with posting and responding to me, and I'll respond back. All right. So thanks for joining, and we'll see you next time. And this will be a weekly conversation. So I'll see you in a week. Bye now.